Hi guys, so sorry if this is a weird angle. This thing is really big. So today I want to review this Dash griddle. I picked it up a little while ago. I got mine from HSN. I'm sure they have it on Amazon. I'm sure they have it on Dash and other sites. If I have a link for it in the description box, there'll be an affiliate link, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items through that link. I have kept this in my oven. I haven't used it yet. I had unboxed it a while back whenever I got it in. I still haven't used it. I probably should have tried it out just to make sure. It was something I wanted to keep, but oh well, it's too late now. So we'll see. It has a little tray here, of course, for whatever oil or hopefully not too much grease that would go in there. Well, hopefully it goes in there instead of in your body. But and then it has a plug here. It is really big, so I'll have those specs. I don't know it right now because I haven't, like I said, just got it and put it away. But I was making pupusas today, and so I want to use this, and that's really what I like this kind of thing for. I'm sorry if the angle is weird again because I didn't want to disconnect my camera from my tripod, so this is my backup camera. And this is the plug. So it does have, you know, from warm all the way to 5, whatever 5 would be. I don't think I have the paperwork for it anymore, so I'm just going to leave it at that. So there's off. Generally, for pupusas, I like to put it all the way high and then lower it. But, you know, I don't know. It's a griddle. A lot of times they cook gently. And this is really what I can never make pancakes unless I use a griddle. And I always burn them otherwise. So I really like these kind of electric griddles. Let's see here. Let's plug this in. And I'll plug it into the wall. And again, I'm going to make pupusas. I don't have the curtido for it. I'm just going to use the regular salsa. Nothing fancy here. You know, pupusa is a Salvadorian thing. I am Mexican and Puerto Rican by trade. Just kidding. And this is just something I like to do. So I'm going to show you how I make it really quickly. Not so much the whole recipe because the recipe I get from another site. So I'll have a link for that too for you guys. But really easy, just a masa recipe. And then I just put cheese. Or sometimes I'll do cheese and bean, but I don't have beans today. And I have salsa that I bought at the store, so I'll just use that. But let's turn this thing on. The little light came on, so that's nice. I'm going to turn it all the way up. It might do some steaming at first because that's what these things do, or like it lets off like whatever oil might be on there from machining or manufacturing the thing. I'll probably take a little wet towel real quick and just kind of clean this off. Again, it's been sitting here in my house for a while, but it was in the oven. I have a double oven and I never use the bottom one, so I just store things in there. And it's getting hot already. I can see that there's probably a thing that comes out like this in here. I'm getting hot pretty quick. I don't think I even should, well, yeah, it's already hot enough to, like, maybe you shouldn't touch it. So that's really good. Okay, I'm gonna let that heat up a little longer and I'll be right back. Okay, to get ready for this, I have some cheese in here, and it's better if you grate it yourself because it'll stick together better when you go to squeeze it. This is the kind that's already pre-shredded, and just a little bit because I'm just gonna make this video and then I'll bring out tons more to make more pupusas. This is just some water, and in that water I'm going to add a little bit of oil. And that just helps us make the pupusas, like just a little oil. And that little oil and water that'll be on your fingers help it cook down or cook a little bit. You don't really add oil to your pan. Well, at least I don't. This is getting really hot. I don't know if you heard that sizzle. The water's kind of dancing around, so that's pretty good. I'll probably kick it down just a minute. Okay, and then I have my masa here just sitting, waiting to be used. Again, I'll have the link to the recipe that I use. I haven't tested it yet though, so let me see if it's not too dry. And you know, it just depends on how big you like to make your pupusas. It doesn't really matter. It's just like a handful. That's pretty good. So I'm going to put some water on my hands, and you know, whatever style, however it is that you do this. I do this poorly, I will tell you. I'm not gonna lie about this. Basically, you're trying to make like a little cocoon, and you can stop wherever you like to add in your stuff. You can keep making it flatter, or you can see I'm making like a little disc. And you know, if you're from El Salvador, I know I'm not doing this 100%. I am well aware. But that's what I was saying. With this cheese, it's better to grate it yourself because the stuff that comes in a package has flour on it and it does not want to stick in the little ball. So you kind of have to work it a little more. And basically you close it up like a little pocket. And some people like to use a tortilla press for this. And some people like to do it by hand like this, and they always do a better job than I do, I'll guarantee you that. See how it's all loose there? That's not the best look, but that's okay. And you kind of want to get them really thin. My first one's always crazy because I haven't done these in a while, so I'm not too concerned, but I'm going to leave that just the way it is on top. You really want them to be pretty thin though, because you want that masa to cook. And me, this is basically just the way to eat the masa. I'm not kidding. I love that stuff. Then we make tamales. So anyway, that was the first one. Not too great. Let's go on to the next one. Let's see if that's the size I want. And again, however it is that you like to do this. I've seen some people squeeze the top until it kind of makes its own thing, so that you can just kind of get rid of that excess that's on top. Because like I said, you want the masa to be kind of thin. You don't want to end up not cooking it right or cooking it too long and all that. But anyway, because it has to cook down. You see this cheese on the outside? That's not the best look. Aww. Let me see, it's already a little bit too high. I'm going to turn it down just a little bit. And that's it. I'm just going to keep making these guys. Basically, I'm just trying out this griddle to give you kind of an idea of how it works. And my pupusas always come out a little bit small. I've seen most time people make them pretty big. Again, the cheese is going to come out that top part, but I'm not worried about it. Alright, well I'm going to leave it for a couple minutes. I'll come back and check on this guy and see how quickly they're cooking. I'll be right back. Okay, before I turn it, what you want to see is the cheese kind of bubbling. And I can see in there, and I can see the cheese is melting, but it's not quite bubbly yet. It's been like 2 or 3 minutes. So I'm going to keep working on them. I wash my hands just so I can press the thing, but I need to add more over here because I have a whole grill. I mean, I have this whole area still ready to go. And I could probably even do 6 of them at a time, which is really great. Okay, I'm going to let it keep going, but you can, check underneath. But like I said, you probably want to flip it once the cheese is melting. It looks good. It's not too dark. It looks really nice, so that's really great. Okay, I'll be back. It's like on a level 3. I might kick it up to a 4. Alright, just a couple more minutes. Let's see if I can focus on this first one. And again, this is probably covered. It looks like it's covered. I don't think it's just cast iron or anything like that. It looks really great. Look at that. Nicely browned. Not too brown, so that's always good. And normally you just flip it over, but since mine are kind of lopsided and crazy looking, I just want to make sure we're having as much contact as we can there. And let me see this one. This one is pretty melty too, so let's go and flip that one too. Okay, and I'll give it a few more minutes. I have several more on there. Hope you can see that. I can't even tell you how many minutes it takes. Like, you want to cook them low and slow so they don't burn the inside and the whole thing cooks right. You want your masa to be cooked, not raw in any way. So I'm going to try to get this first one off. I guess I could turn back over, but I'm going to let it sit for just a minute and then we'll open it up because it'd probably be too hot. I'll be back in just a second. I just brought this over from where I was there. Ooh, yep, hot, hot, hot. Looking good. Basically, obviously the cheese is going to melt and be awesome, but you want to make sure that the masa is cooked because that is something that you don't want a tummy ache from. We're good to go. I would say it probably took 6 or 7 minutes, but it's cooked perfectly, nice and stringy cheese. And I would serve it up with curtido, but like I said, I didn't make any. So we just have some salsa and things. But anyway, I would say as far as the griddle, it cooks really slowly. Very gently. Which for my purposes is great. Like I said, I just want to make pancakes and things like that. And pupusas. So, you know, maybe if I kept on at 5, I had turned it down to 3, if you guys recall. So 5 probably would cook anything else that you want to cook on there, like, I guess, hamburgers, things like that. But I normally try to keep it just to basic breakfast things and small items like this. So thanks for watching, guys. Again, I'll have the link in there. This is basically the masa recipe. I printed it out a long time ago, and I just always keep using the same recipe. But I will have a link in the description box for that, for the grill, or griddle. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye now.